I've just walked from the bridge and walked past the weir. I have no idea what the weir was for, although it looks as if it was to power some sort of device. A train on the mineral railway has just gone past and gone over a bridge, and I'm just about to see where I go from there. I'm on a footbridge, not a traffic bridge. The river's running quite fast. There's quite a lot of weed and cloudiness in the river, which presumably comes because it's running off the quarries. It's a lovely morning, and the road is still following the river, or the footpath is still following the river. I think I'm most probably now heading. The sun's directly in front of me, which must be southeast. So I think I'm most probably now just about heading south over a river bridge, which is a footbridge, a metal footbridge. The railway is to my, or behind me. We'll see where this one takes us to. I'm at the entrance to the De La Beche quarry. Clearly you can see the different sediment layers. You can see the Carboniferous limestone, which is, you can see as I pan round, is clearly folded, and it's about 50 odd degrees, with the yellow inferior oolite sitting on the top in horizontal layers. It's a well exposed crag face. Easy to get to, just walking up from the river. And it's a lovely morning here. It looks as if people have had, I don't know, campfires with, there's lots of garbage scattered around, which is not very good. But apart from that, it looks like a lovely, lovely sight. Here I am, standing on the unconformity at De La Beche's quarry in Vallis Vale. I'm looking at the yellow oolite, inferior oolite, which you can see all of the little grains, and you can see the grain size of it. It looks very porous. It's yellow in colour, horizontal bedding layers, large cracks, and it's different thicknesses of layers and different composition of layers. If you now come down and look at the Carboniferous limestone, which is heavily dipping, it's sort of more than 50 odd degrees, and there are plenty of what look like oysters and other crustaceans which are on the surface. It's quite an impressive sight. This is the area just in front of the quarry face. The path leading to Vallis Vale and the De La Beche quarry is just over there, right in front of me. And you can just about make out some of the face of the quarry in front of me. If I pan round to what is roughly about northwest, that's the path back along the river at a higher level. I'm going to walk back along there and see whether I can find the lime kiln. And the Mells River is flowing to my left. There's a metal bridge that runs across the Mells River just after the Egford Brook joins it. It's quite fast flowing. There's quite a bit of water coming down. I can't remember that we've had any rain, but it's a lovely spot. Lots of what look like beech trees. Lots of birdsong, and that's the path there on my way back to the car park, which should take me back past the lime kiln. I've got what I think is most probably about 100 yards from the rock face, and I think I've most probably found the lime kiln built into the rock face. Perhaps it's still using some of the, I presume if you go to the top you can see where they put the the material into it. Yeah, it's quite impressive. I've walked no more than 30 odd yards and have come across a much better example of a lime kiln. I'll walk to the top and have a look and see whether you can see where the stuff was put in. Standing on the footbridge, looking upstream, just seen a kingfisher fly past, a big flash of blue, and there were two dippers just on the water's edge. So I've come off the path very slightly. It's walking virtually, I would think, south alongside the River Mells, upstream of the River Mells. The car park is behind me. I've come to the footbridge to cross the River Mells, which it tells me to do. It is a footbridge, and don't want to go anywhere near the railway, so we're in the right place. Lots of butterflies, yellow ones and red ones. Mells, upstream of the River Mells. The car park is behind me. Followed the river along a narrow path. Alongside the other side of the river is the railway line, but I can see off to my right that there is a quarry face. So I assume that I'm getting close to Tedbury Camp. Oh, in front of me now I have a set of steps that are cut into the hillside, so we're going to have to walk up those steps to get to the camp level. I've climbed the steps and it's opening out onto a flat plain with quarry faces around me. Oh, the sun is to my left. It's midday, so that must be south. So north is here. Now I'll pan round. To the south side. And then we'll look at the pavement, which has large crevices in it where the bedding. Here we are at Tedbury Camp, looking from the south. So I'm now looking at the northeast corner. There's a northerly rock face that looks as if it's yellow inferior oolite sitting on top of this very plain erosion surface of carboniferous limestone. And looking around a bit more to the slight northwest corner, there's another rock face which shows a lot of inferior oolite, and leading to that rock face there is what looks like a tear fault. We'll go down and have a look at it. It looks as if there's lots of birch, and it looks like a bit of beech, a bit of alder. It's a very limestoney area. Oh, there's a butterfly sitting down in front of me, if I can catch it. Sunning itself. The entrance to the quarry. I'm walking along the eastern edge. Plenty of examples of oysters on the surface and some borings which have been filled up. You can see those. I don't see any. These are thinly bedded layers over here, which I don't see that's anything to do with the fault, the tear fault, and the layers over there. I'm not sure what's over the other side of it's a very steep valley down to the river down below. It's quite a way down there. It's looking for me as bait. Walking around. It's walking along the bedding line for the bedding planes, which are depressing sort of northeastwards. And here's the unconformity on the unconformity surface. You can see the yellow, soft, porous oolite, inferior oolite, sitting directly on top of it. It's horizontally bedded, and it's very cracked and sitting on top of. And there's no sign of what looks like any form of Permian or Triassic. So there must be somewhere, because it's going to have to have been eroded away.